When I say baby, you say Lowski, baby.
An underground trap artist from South Africa with a melodic and psychedelic rap style that sits on heavy, hard-hitting trap beats. And today, we're going to be exploring how to make those trap beats for BABYLOWSK1. Let's get into it. Alright, let's get into it. So starting off with this one, I actually started with the drums and the percussion sounds, so we are gonna start with that actually. So yeah, let's get into it. We started with a snare, you feel me, just hitting on the 3 and the 7 of course, but there's a clap that hits on the 7, so I took out the snare because they're interchangeable. As you can see, clap, snare, there we go, the 3, the 7, and I layered it with another snare that hits when it comes back around, just for it to have a little bit of a, a bit of a stronger hit. Why is it called the 3 and the 7? Let me show you real quick, because it plays on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's played with metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's why it's called the 3 and 7. Moving on, I moved on to the perks before I got into the hi-hats. I moved on to all these perks that are stacked right here. As you can see, I started with this one that hits on the offbeat right as the downbeat comes in at the beginning. I added this one as well, which sounded like a video game plug. There's another perk right here, but I use this more so as something to stack the clap with. As you can see, it only plays when the clap is playing, so I used it as like a stack. Moving on, there's this tom kind of sound that I really like. So in context, this is how that sound. I layered that with another tom again, just to have good high-end sound on it. So I stacked them together, played with the velocity. For this one, I played with the panning as well, so that it hits left, right. It gave me, proceeded to add the open hat. One hits on every downbeat, and then the second one hits where the other perk was hitting on the offbeat right before. So yeah, I just copied that over, put it down like that. I added the snare at the end, which is just like an accent snare, you feel me? So yeah, moving on, then we did the hi-hats. These look complicated, I promise you, they are really not. So what I did here, essentially what the pattern was looking like originally was something like this. Sounds empty, right? You'd be like, but that's a hat. Yeah, it sounds empty. I used it as ear candy, something for bounce, bro. We hate just two-step around here. We don't just do two-step. But yeah, so essentially that's how it sounded. But I wanted to have a delay effect on it, but I don't want to use a plugin because it would end up on every hat. Like for example, these ones here where I didn't want that, like the rules. And so I manually did it. I then decided it was time for me to move on to the melodies. Let's talk about the melodies. So I started with this pad out of Analog Lab that I had, and I just laid down a B minor. Started with the B as the root note, skip 2 notes in between, place 1 down, skip 3 notes, place 1 down. That becomes a minor triad, right? And then the next chord, as you can see, this one right here, you just play it. That's a major. Now I'm gonna show you. So I took an A, that was the root note. So I liked the progression, starting with this and then moving down, right? And then I played a major chord, which is the root note, cool, and then 3 in between, and then 2. Do you see now the difference? So it's a minor going into a major, B minor going into an A major. So and then it just repeats over and over. So I took that exact pattern, pasted it right here onto this pad again, a second pad I found out of Analog. You feel me? And then I proceeded to take a lead out of Analog again. So this is how that sounds. Essentially that's the pattern. I took a second lead that I found again. I said, nah, I can, fill up the space a little bit more. I played around in different octaves and stuff. So this is how that sounds together. You get, it's like a descending pattern. Dun, 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 dun. Right, moving on, I had this 808 right here, this Kendrick 808. I didn't do too much to this. As you can see, it only hits on the 1. But yeah, it just hits on every downbeat, 1, 1, 1. And then it hits on when the clap is hitting, right here on the 7 and on the 14th, right here, the 7 and the 14th, as you can see. And we have another hit on the offbeat right before the 14th. The B. And then moving on from that 808, I had this on the sound a bit like a plug, like a dancehall of a bass. So in context with these two 808s, right, you see the bounce we're creating, the bounce that we're getting. Now we're hearing that baby low on there, you know what I'm saying, that baby low. I then added this 808. I just played it in the open spaces when the other ones were not playing, so that they don't clash. As you can see, they cut, right, so that they don't clash. So this is how these three sound now. Right, now we're getting there. Now you see, now the beat, now it's being built. Now it's being simple, but still there's space for the vocals, but it got that bounce. And I was like, nah, let me add another one. So now we have 4 808s. Crazy, I know, but these beats usually use multiple. It's being used a lot by Cooper, and I placed them in open spaces where the other 808s again were not fully playing. So together this are a sound. You feel? You feel me? Now we have that bounce set. That's basically the entire beat, right? But I was like, nah, we need to have another section where there's just low-key silent, but there's something playing in the back. So I added expand, you feel me? In this section right here, I added expand. Out of expand, the preset that we used was like a panpipe, pan flute sounding preset. Let me look for what it's called. Pan CC, that's a crazy name, but like essentially what we did, copy pasted, just playing all the way through this time really. And this is how that sound. You feel me? You feel it? Now it has that bounce. So that's basically the entire beat for me, and then it's just about structuring out. For this structure, I didn't even do too much. Really, it's just about taking in and removing certain melodies and the 808s, the drums they playing throughout. So yeah, that's really the entirety of this beat. That's the whole thing, and yeah, we out.